Save her if you want to, because sometimes these women don't want to be saved. Welcome to another episode of Chelsea's Live Line. I'm so excited to see y'all tonight. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way in because tonight's going to be a very interesting episode. Should men save used women? I'm going to define what used mean. I'm going to talk about a lot of different aspects of things. I hope y'all saw the thumbnail as you came in. We're going to be talking about y'all favorite girl, Sierra, the modern wife, unfortunately. And what's so funny is that at one point in time, I was supporting Sierra. I'm like, okay, Sierra, she got redeemed, right? She used to have this history, and now she's with a guy of caliber. That's what I used to think, but I'm coming from a different perspective today. All because Sierra seems to be doing whatever she want to do, and Russell may need to put her in her place. But first thing I want to do is give a shout out to my day ones for being here. Shout out to all the new family members of Chelsea's Live Line. I appreciate y'all so much for being here because you didn't have to, but you are, and I appreciate that so much. So let me give a shout out to all my people in the chat so far. Shout out to Big Bad Bull, another one of my new moderators. Thank you so much for being here. He said, "Let's go, baby girl. I got my front row seat." I appreciate you, Big Bad Bull. Thank you so much. Ed Mac 12 in the building. Let's go. First time seeing you here. Bria Spires, thank you for being here as well. I appreciate you so much. Aunt Tracy, of course, always in the building. Thank you so much. As well as my brother Chavis. Thank you for being here. My big bro Dre, big bro Marquette. Everybody's in the building, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Let's get into tonight's episode. But one more thing before I get into it, I want to give a big shout out to my brother Theo Coop. Theo from the D. Shout out to him because he helped me get over. Let's see, we started at 904 this morning, 904 subscribers, and he got me to 965. So 61 subscribers. Theo has promoted me like crazy during his morning show, and I appreciate you so much for that. So all the new subscribers and Theo, salute. And let me give y'all the badge of honor for that. Thank you. Thank y'all so much because y'all didn't have to be here and y'all supported me, and I love that y'all here. So shout out to Successful Melanated Dusty and of course Almond Eyes in the building. Thank you. Let's get into tonight's episode. I'm gonna start first with the word of the day. That's what I like to do, and we'll dig right into it and get y'all opinion. As y'all fill out that poll, I'm asking y'all, do men or should men save these modern women? Should men save these used women? Let me know, and I'm gonna go over the chat in just a second. The poll, should I say. 1 Corinthians 6:19-20 says the following. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. You are bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies. And a lot of modern women get this confused because they think when they say you are bought at a price, we're talking about that 40 ball. That's all I need to be able to let any man come in between. We have to have standards for ourselves for a man to have standards for us, for a man to respect us. Why do we allow a man to get the precious access to us? We build up this body count, think that we can also do what the men do, and we have to stay in our own lane to realize we're more precious than that. We're more valuable than that. But we've lost our sense of self-worth. I don't know if it's going to come back, but I'm trying to help those who want to be helped. If you want to be helped, you're in the right place. If you don't, then this is your time to hit that exit button because it's all about growing over here. It is what it is. I'm so tired of being categorized with the modern woman because of my age. But at the end of the day, I don't follow the morals of the modern woman. I'm trying to make sure we don't follow that. And we actually want to be wives over here. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you. Auntie Carolyn, thank you so much for being here as well. I appreciate you so much. All right. I'm going to read this poll results so far. I'm going to see what y'all have to say on that. But so far, it looks like y'all said 62% of y'all said depends when I asked y'all that question. 12% say, should men save used women? 12% say yes. 25% say no. And 62% say depends. I shouldn't give y'all that depends option. But it all depends. It may be a case-by-case basis because I know there are some people that say you can turn a 304, as they call it, to a housewife. Some people say, hey, if you had that phase in your life, and you are now redeemed, you have repented, then you should be allowed to be a wife one day. But we're going to get into it because I saw Sierra at the Oscars. I didn't watch the Oscars, but people posted it on social media. That's how I became aware that she was wearing what she was wearing. I don't know if y'all saw it, but y'all will see the full image tonight. But the first thing about Sierra is that, as we know, she's supposed to be a Christian woman. She is married to Russell Wilson, right? And they're praying here, they're giving thanks to the Lord, and they claim to be Christians. But from these recent pictures, the way Sierra has been acting in these streets lately seems to contradict that. I don't know if y'all ready for the picture or not, but I'm going to just show y'all anyway what we dealing with. This is what we dealing with, y'all. Y'all probably already seen it already. But Sierra decided to wear this. Sierra decided to wear this to the Oscars. Okay? Showing off all her body. But they won't call it nudity, though. They won't call it nudity. They will say that this is acceptable. And I don't think as a mother, as a wife, as a child of God, you should not be wearing anything like this. I'm just sorry. It is what it is. I'm going to come back to this main screen. It just don't make no sense for you to have your whole body out there. And they won't call it nudity. But to me, that's the next thing closest to OnlyFans, in my opinion. It's given thirsty. It's given, I don't respect my man. It's not even about Sierra. Sierra, do what you want to do, because if you about that city girl life, then continue to be about that. But don't have this man over here claiming to be your husband, but you're not willing to submit to him. Because it's given Sierra and it's given Mr. and Mrs. Harris, okay? It's given Sierra and Russell Harris. It's not given Russell and Sierra Wilson. It's not given that. It's given, I follow whatever she does. She's an entertainer. And I'm going to get into the things I'm so tired about. I'm so tired of women talking about men are insecure because they want to make sure their woman is wearing something respectful. I'm so tired of that. I know y'all men and hopefully the women in the chat understand where I'm coming from. We see our bodies every single day. We see our bodies every single day. We know what's going on. We know what looks good. If you got a good body, whoop, 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 whoop. However, we don't need to see all that. I don't need to see it. Y'all don't need to see it. Only her husband should be able to see that. What's the difference between him and the rest of the men in her DMs? He is supposed to be the husband. He's supposed to be the only one that has seen her body other than the past partners, your mother, whatever the case may be. I'm saying like only certain people should be able to see his wife's body, but we've all seen it. And you literally hang it on by a string with these outfits. We've seen the boobs. We've seen the behind. We've seen all this. So how is he so special? I just don't understand. Sierra has really gone wild after Future. Sierra has gone wild after Future. At one point in time, it seemed like she was staying in her lane and kind of not showing off as much as she was now, but she's been going wild, young, wild, and free lately. That's what it seems like. I just think she really needs to stay in her lane. What's the first thing you think about when you think about Sierra? Is her body. That's what she's showing to the internet. However, she's supposed to be known for her singing. Can anybody in the chat let me know what her last hit single was? Can anybody in the chat let me know what her last hit single was? I'm waiting for it. Because I'm trying to think myself. I don't know what her last hit single was, but all I can tell you is the last outfit she wore to this show. I'm just waiting to see these comments. Laserpan said, I'm here lurking. I appreciate you for being here. And Naomi B. Fly, I appreciate you for being here. Anything to stay relevant. That's the thing. I can't remember the last song that she made that was actually a hit. And she's doing too much. Grown folk talk. Shout out to you for being here. Way too much. I don't even know if you want to call it a dress though. Okay? It's like a see-through, I don't know. It's like a net. Yeah, see-through net. Let's call it that. It's not even a dress, though, when you think about it. Because the dress mean I shouldn't be seeing what's underneath it. Just saying. Shout out to Janesta. Shout out to my mom, Mona, for being in the chat. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. But come on. It's given Jezebel and Ahab. It's given... It's Russell... I'm going to talk about this from different angles. I'm going to talk about Sierra. I'm going to talk about Russell. And what I'm going to say is this. When it comes to Russell... Are you the man that you claim that you're supposed to be? Are you the man that's allowing her to lead you? Or are you going to be leading her? Because y'all been in this thing for a minute now. And every time I see her, she's becoming less and less dressed appropriately, to say the least. It's not a good example either. It's not a good example as a man. Because at one point in time, I thought that the men were low-key hating on Russell. A long time ago, when I first saw Russell and Sierra together, I thought that the men were hating on him all because he had Sierra under his arm. That's what I thought. I I thought I was over here basically like Dre said, batting for him, like supporting Russell. Like that's a stand-up guy. He got it going on. He's going to lead her. He's going to make sure to change what was a 304 to a housewife. He's going to help her level up. Maybe that was Sierra's last hit, level up. Because that's what she basically did kind of with Russell in a way when it comes to the caliber of men. However, I feel that these other men wouldn't have had you dressing like that or allowed you to do that. What's up with the sexual liberation where you think it's okay as a wife to do what you're doing now? I was watching The Real, and I didn't put the clip up here for a reason, but I was watching The Real, and they were saying that shout out to Russell for allowing her to be able to wear what she wants to wear and show her sexuality. It's called Lady in the Streets, Freak in the Sheets. Lady in the Streets, Freak in the Sheets. That's what it's supposed to be called. But she doing a freak in the streets and in the sheets. So how is he special? Yes, let me get into what is a used woman. Just like we have a used vehicle, you go on Carfax.com. You can get the Carfax, pull it up and see how many miles it has on it. Same thing with a used woman. That woman is coming with a particular body count. That woman is coming with baggage and ties. Let me tell you, as we know, it's easier for a man to move on from a woman sometimes than it is for a woman to move on from a man. When a woman is involved with a man sexually, it's usually because she is emotionally tied. She's emotionally tied to this man. A used woman is a woman who has passed up, or no, not passed up yet. Let me get to that later. A used woman is a woman who has slept with all these different men because she said she had needs. Needs to the point where she ignored what actually she needed in life. She needed a good man in her life, but she continued to use the guys that she was with and went with the hood guys over the good guys. Because we know a lot of women have chosen a Future over a Russell any day. For example, let's say Sierra and Russell were in high school together. She would have passed up that Russell, trampled right over him, passed him up, and went with a Future in high school than Russell. Because Russell wasn't always Russell. You get what I'm saying? He has that money. If Russell didn't have that money, would she give him the time of the day? Remember, she was going with Bow Wow, Future, 50 Cent, I think Amari Stoudemire, and a couple other people maybe, right? There are so many people that are in her dating roster, her portfolio. That's a used woman. A used woman has just passed up all the good guys for the hood guys, racked up a body count, has become a baby mother, has a used womb, has become a baby mother, not a wife, but then expects to be a wife later, even though she has a child. Why do we do things backwards? We carry before we marry. And it's supposed to be we marry, then we carry. But then we expect that man to swoop us off our feet, not only take care of us, but take care of our children as well until it's time for that man to discipline our children. We don't want that. He can't discipline them, but he can provide for him financially. What's so sad is that Russell had to come in and deal with the drama that Sierra was dealing with Future as the baby daddy. Why did Russell deserve that? But Russell signed up for it instead of creating a legacy on his own from the get-go. He's basically like, people call it like the janitor role when a woman comes in and plays a stepmother role, or when the man comes in and plays a stepfather role. Sometimes they call that being on janitor duty. Sometimes we have to clean up what somebody else messed up. And then they're expecting you to come in with everything, but they're not coming in with what they need to kind of compromise for being a stepmother, being a stepfather, right? Having these baby mothers and baby fathers. But that's a used woman. I just think that everybody can't do what Sierra's doing. And she's becoming the role model for the used woman culture. Sierra did it, I can do it too. You can't do what Sierra does. You know why? Because you ain't got Sierra money, you ain't got Sierra fame. Sierra is like a needle in a haystack when it comes to women who can get swooped up by a man, especially a man of caliber, a man with money. I'm going to play this clip real quick as it talks about how women think that men are kind of jealous of Russell and calling him a simp. At this point, I'm going to have to call Russell a simp, all because Russell is not keeping Sierra in her lane. What man would allow a woman to come out here looking like this? What man would allow a woman to come out here looking like this with his name? You get a man's last name. He don't get yours, but it seems like Russell is carrying Sierra's last name, Russell Harris, over anything. So let me just share this video with y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts as y'all come in to tonight's episode. But I appreciate y'all so much for being here so far. Hope y'all are enjoying what y'all see. Okay, let me see if this is it. Okay, perfect. Here we go.
You say, well, what is a simp? And you gave a definition of a man that does this and that. These men, these little ass boys are calling Russell Wilson a simp, and all he's done is respect his woman and take care of the kids in his household. Yeah. That's all. He's never got on, mind you. We can only go by what we've seen. He's never been on a podcast saying. If anything, he said that consistency and love is what brought Sierra to him, and he prayed for her. That's exactly what came out his mouth.
Why is this triggering?
So it's not triggering. It's not triggering. It's annoying. It's not triggering, but it's annoying. A toxic ass person will sit up here and see your emotion and go, "Oh, this is an insult." By you having emotion, I need to insult you. Having emotion is not too much. It's not too much. I have to talk over half you all the time. Keep talking to us. Anyways.
That's what she had to say. Let me know what y'all thoughts are. And again, I'm going to give a second shout out to my bro, Theo from the Do Better podcast. Theo is officially a mod now. Big Bad Bull is also a mod of the channel. Make sure that y'all drop Theo's link because Theo's the best promoter. Let me say that because this man, I started off at 904 subscribers this morning. Now I'm at 965, all because Theo said, hey, I'm doing this show. Y'all better hit the subscribe button and check out Chelsea's channel. So I appreciate everybody in the chat coming over from Theo's channel to check me out tonight. Because you didn't have to be here. But since you are, I appreciate y'all so much. And I got to show y'all some love. Thank y'all. Because I'm on my way to 1K. I'm getting there soon. Getting there real soon. But I just appreciate you, Theo, for just showing all that love. Like, you didn't have to do it. That's real. And I appreciate that on these YouTube streets. Because, you know, folks out here think that we all competing. And no, we all trying to help each other as best as we can. That's what we're trying to do over here. Yes, like Mona said, thanks for being here, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. Because I definitely will subscribe back. I'm not stingy with the subscribe button. It's all love over here. And I hope that y'all see that soon. Shout out to Christina for being here with the winning walk with Christina. Thank you so much, girl. I appreciate you. And Ed Max said, not going to let that happen to me, though. See, I'm telling you, everybody's not going to sign up to do what Russell did. Ladies, that's why we have to make the smart decisions now. And shout out to Me Michi Project Live. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. All right, Red Pill Jones in the building. Thank you so much. And what you say? Question. I'm thinking about reacting to Crimson Cure talking about Sierra Russell Oscar dress. Y'all think that'll work? Hey, why not? I would love to see that. I didn't know who all did videos to it yet, but definitely, definitely, I think you should do that. Your reaction videos are fire. If y'all haven't checked out Theo, make sure y'all check him out because he definitely be calling people out. And we be having a good time early in the morning, get that. All right? Yes, he does have everybody's back. I appreciate you. And shout out to Podcasting with Jay as well. I was in a few other chats this past weekend. I was over there on a Lapeef experience and I was on Aaron's show and whatnot. But shout out to Podcasting with Jay because we're going to get a collab going soon. Definitely talking about these relationships in social media. So hope y'all check in with that. Yes, and sub to his channel. Thank you so much. Well, it's all about love over here. That's what we're about. We're going to continue this though. What were your thoughts on her video? What were your thoughts on what the girl just said here about how men are mad at Russell and all this and that he's not a simp, he's respecting her? I paid attention to that keyword. Attention to that keyword where she said they were respecting, what did she say? She said Russell was respecting Sierra. See, that's the problem. Russell can respect Sierra, but what about Sierra respecting Russell? No woman wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that. I'm just kind of mad about how people logic work. Well, the matter of fact, the logic is off. They're always thinking with emotion sometimes on these different panels. And that's why you have to be very selective about who you listen to. What I'm going to do is actually look and see what y'all poll results. Oops. Okay, we still live. I want to make sure I'm looking at these poll results to see what y'all saying so far about, can we save these women? Can women be saved? All right, let me see here if I can take a look. Okay, here we go. All right, so y'all said 7% of y'all said men should not save used women. 53% said no. 40% said depends. All right, y'all, let's see. Keep voting if you haven't already. Shout out to It's Party Line for being in the building. What's so funny is that Sierra, as a wife, she was wearing this. But let me show you some women who were actually covered, surprisingly, on Oscars night. Megan Thee Stallion was covered, y'all. Cardi B was covered, y'all. Thoughts? Thoughts? Christina says, Sierra first disrespected herself on that red carpet. Exactly. But when you can't make people gain self-respect for themselves when they don't have it. Therefore, I said, look, at least try to respect your husband. At least try to respect your 3 children. At least. You got a mother, probably a father as well. What about them? What about anybody's reputation? Because, again, as I was mentioning, that Sierra, when's the last time Sierra came out with a hit? Thank you. That conditional logic at this point, illogical. Okay? Look, come on. Let me get back to this main screen for this one. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. Shout out to E40 on that one. But is a should I save her? I want to be saved. Sometimes you can't save folks that don't really want to be saved. They'll say it because of the situations that they're in that they want to be saved, but they don't wholeheartedly want to be saved. When you are showing off your body to every man, but then you claim that you love your husband, you know you're not going to be doing all that. And for me, someone being single, I don't have a man, but I still make sure to respect myself and have modesty. At a minimum, because I respect myself. And obviously I follow God, so I'm going to respect him. We make excuses for ourselves talking about sexuality. I can show a little bit of skin, but that don't mean that I'm over here trying to be out here young, wild, and free. Thank you. She's selfish. That's what that dress is giving. E40 East, West Coast vibe. Y'all would say East, I thought. But yeah, West Coast vibe for sure, definitely. Her baby daddy says she's for the streets. And when a woman, the question I have for y'all is that when a woman is for the streets, can she be redeemed from the streets? When a woman is for the streets, can she be redeemed from the streets? It's seldom. Like when it gets too late is when they want to turn on that I'm off the streets light. You know what I'm saying? I'm for the streets all this time, but as soon, well, not as soon, like 20 years later, 30 years later, I'm not for the streets no more. I'm turning in my 304 card. I'm turning it in, but it's too late. Like the predicaments I get in, like people come on Kendra G's show, for example, right? They come on Kendra G's show talking about, I got 5 baby daddies and 6 kids and all this stuff. And then expect somebody to come in and save them. Why do we have that mentality? We need to be proactive. Okay? We need to think before we do. We have too many options out here to save ourselves instead of producing kids that's only going to reproduce and keep repeating the cycle. Do y'all think Sierra and Russell are going to stay together forever? I'm just wondering. I pray they do. If they fine with each other, I don't care. The reason I'm bringing Sierra up anyway, I like Sierra's music, except for this last song that she created talking about, let me pull up the lyrics. That's what I'm going to do. This is for all the ladies. Because I'm going to just say it, the lyrics that she was talking about. Okay, so this all for all the ladies that don't need no man. Hold on 1 second. Because I heard this. I haven't listened to the song, but it's called Girls That Don't Need No Man. Give me a second. That in itself is enough to let you know what time it is with Sierra. Because if I'm a married woman, I'm going to be like, come over here to this married life because this is where it's at. As a matter of fact. Why would I be promoting singleness when I'm a married woman? You got to know what your target market is. If you know your target market is a bunch of single women, then you don't need to be a married woman because you're not being an example. Yeah, I'm not getting any album that she got or anything. I don't even know where the lyrics. Okay, this is for the girls that don't need no man. This is for the girls who's in love with they self. And see, you can love yourself but also still have a man. You get what I'm saying? But it sounds real selfish. It's giving city girl vibes. See, that's my problem. I like Sierra. I did like Sierra for her philanthropy because Russell and Sierra, one thing about them as a married couple, they're out in the communities, they're doing great things in the community. But we got to make sure that we're consistent in all areas of our life. We cannot be talking about we're donating and we're volunteering at the prisons and all this. But when the Oscar night come, then we acting a whole fool. That's what's so funny is that Russell knows better. Sierra, you know better, but I don't know. It's all about the money. Because see, what they said is that Russell had paid, not Russell paid, Lord help me. Okay, Sierra got paid to wear this dress. But as a husband, I would have paid her to take that dress off. Because ain't no way you're going to be wearing that with me. I don't care how much money you get. What profits a man or a woman to lose their soul for all this money? What profits them? They are double-minded. And let me show you another thing. As I mentioned, and can we at least give a shout out to Megan Thee Stallion and Sierra for, no, excuse Sierra, Lord help me. Okay, can we at least give a shout out to Megan and Cardi B for wearing appropriate dresses for this event? Isn't that shocking to y'all? And shout out to Smoke and Talk for being in the building. Baltimore is in the building, y'all. But Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B actually dressed appropriately, and I had to show y'all these pictures because they got the memo. They knew they were coming to a professional event. They dressed totally fine to me. Shout out to Killer Swag for being in the building. 216 Cleveland represent. Oh, she's crying for the streets. Right at one point in time, she thought, hey, I'm going to make Russell really think I love him. I'm going to show him I love him. But all the actions that you're doing, Sierra, is showing that you really miss that fast girl life that you had. And you can claim it back. I know that Bow Wow or Future and all them people will probably be interested in you again, but you just got to make sure you turn off the city girl lifestyle. Otherwise, you set yourself up for failure. What I'm going to do is show y'all is that a couple of days before they went to the Oscars party, they had the nerve to go to a maximum security prison to volunteer and talk about how good God is. That's the problem I have. And I'm going to show y'all this clip so y'all can see what I'm talking about. All for the cap. Let's go.
It says in Isaiah 43:18, it says, forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I'm doing a new thing. I'm doing a new thing. Can you say a new thing? New thing.
You know what's so beautiful about God's love? This is relentless. He don't let off. He don't let off. And you know what I love about God and what he said in his promises is that there's no condemnation in Christ Jesus. So you ask for forgiveness, he will forgive you. My heart is filled with joy.
That's not who you are. That's not who you are. Cause honey, what? It's given, like I said, acting. Girl, that needs to be the career. You say you are a singer and all, but girl, Oscar award for that performance. Oh, yes, it is hidden. Waymaker, miracle worker, cause that is who you are. Oscar. The Oscar goes to, drum roll please, Sierra Wilson. Okay. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Daryl, yeah, I think this was like 5 days ago that they went to that maximum security prison and given, their volunteer services over to the maximum security. I can't even maximum security prison. Big Bad Bull, are we possibly overjudging Sierra? Well, look, when you claim to be a Christian, we definitely gonna call out what we think is wrong for sure, right? If you coming out here, like, it's one thing to not claim that you're that. But I just think one thing is that I'll say, it's great that she went to volunteer. It's great that she's doing great things in the community. I will shout her out for that. All I'm saying is that dressed appropriately, and that's all you got to do, Sierra, because I want her to be known for what she's supposed to be known for. What the worst thing in the world for little Future to go to school and be bullied, be teased because his mother wore these type of dresses. I don't know if you want to call that a dress. Wore these type of apparel, clothing, you want to call it, to these different events. Oh, that's your mom. That's what her cheeks look like. Man, I hit that if I could. That's what kids are saying. That's what they're being exposed to. And she don't. Is she thinking about that? No. She think about any type of way she can get money because I guess she got paid good for that dress. And I'm actually gonna read some of those comments. Let's see if you. Yeah, exactly, Red Pill Jones. If you're saying you're a Christian, we're trying to see if that's who you are. That is who you are. Because if it ain't, then don't claim it. Don't claim it. I'm judging with righteous judgment. Exactly. Because I still, like Sierra for who she is in a way. But just saying. She about to cash Russ out. You think so? That needs to be the next poll. You think that she really was going to cash him out, y'all? I don't know. But it's just given for the streets. And I'm just going to give y'all some of the things I don't like about used women, per se. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just trying to give y'all examples of ways y'all need to improve your life. You can't come in asking for a man to have everything on his list, but you don't have half of what you're requiring from that man. I'm tired of women. One thing I'm tired of women doing, specifically used women. It could be used in the spirit, used physically. I'm talking about ones who have had mouths put on them constantly and didn't care what anybody had to say after they heard people like me, heard people like Mona saying, hey, marry before you carry because, you want to be a wife. You want to be a wife, then you're going to do things the right way. So one thing I'm tired of is women claiming that a man is insecure. A man is insecure because he cares what his woman wears. Can we stop doing that, ladies? Can we stop calling a man insecure if he checks us on what we are wearing? Hey, baby, that skirt is too short, right? You're showing too much cleavage. If a man checks you about what you're wearing, it's actually because he cares about you. I would appreciate that. That's the first thing when it comes to right. That's the first thing when it comes to being a husband. For any men in the chat, they know. Any men, or even if you're not a husband and you have a girlfriend, you want to make sure that your girlfriend is respecting you. Because think about that. We think about from a Christian perspective, we look at the fact that in Proverbs 31, it talks about how her husband was known at the city gates because of the work that his wife did. What is Russell known for being? He's known for being a simp. That's why everybody's calling him, all because Sierra is dressing like a crazy woman. And then there's women who justify that. There's so many women who are justifying Sierra dressing like that. It's crazy. And I'm going to read some of these comments. Don't y'all want to be known for the right thing? Don't y'all want to know that my wife was not out here being a freak in the streets and a freak in the sheets? She was only being a freak for me. Praise the Lord for that one. Because a lot of times, man, y'all don't know what y'all women doing behind y'all back, especially if you decided to marry the woman who was promiscuous and thought you would change her to be the housewife later. Good luck. And stay prayed up on that because it's a really scary situation. And I don't want y'all to fumble the bag as men. Just like us women have to be careful who we're marrying, men, y'all really have to be careful because especially if you're creating a legacy with this woman and you have to create children with her and you think that I want to create children with her because she look bad, she's sexy, and I want to create children with her because she look good, right? But don't y'all know that them genes that woman has is also going to be passed over to your children? And sometimes your genes might not be the one that's overpowering her genes. In other words, if she's for the streets and she's called Tatiana, then her daughter, y'all daughter, is going to be Tatiana Jr. All because that's where she come from. The apple don't fall far from the tree sometimes. Don't expect to change this woman because she's going to instill the same values that she has into y'all daughter. That's why I tell men, be so careful with who you procreate with. Please be careful. Yeah, Theo said, when I was married or any relationship, the women were modest. Okay. Who wants to be a cuck out here when your wife dressed like a stripper? Chavis says, my wife always asks me if she's looking conservative enough because she wants to respect the Lord and she loves me. Okay. Like Don GQ, shout out to you. So I was never here. Yes, sir. You are here. Okay. You are here. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And let me see what Chavis said. She's pulling a Jada, humiliation, and soon she'll pull a Kim K, divorce and leaving with the money. Because I don't think Russell looks happy like that. He may be showing her love and saying he's a square and this and that, but he's looking at what people are saying about this situation, I hope. And I don't know what kind of guys he has in his circle that say, hey man, why you let your wife wear that? And you know his friends are looking at and fantasizing after Sierra, especially with this last picture I showed y'all on the Oscars. You know, some of his buddies that was saying, oh, y'all look good, was the same ones at night that was looking at Sierra's picture and fantasizing what they could do to her. Ask me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. Yes, it's not. Gracious greatness. This is not representing Christ's will. Lady, like, pick where you're going to be at. And like Christina said, let's keep it real. Because that's what we do over here. Would you be okay with your girlfriend or wife dressed like that? Because I wouldn't. If I was a man. Right. My eyes work. Hell yeah, I'm judging her. Okay. Make it make sense. I just don't understand. Shout out to Kia for being here. She said, hello, Chelsea and Chad. I hope you all are well. Just because Mona referred your channel. Thank you so much, Mona and Theo. Both of y'all from the D showing so much love. Everybody who's in the chat. Zwift, or should I say Z Swift? Well, I'll say Zwift. I think that's the best way to say it. Zwift72 in the building. I appreciate you for being here as well. Derek Gaines, I know it's your first time here and I've seen you in a lot of chats. I appreciate you for being here because we definitely deep tonight, right? The Do Better Squad. And that's a fact. Lustin, after that showing, she gave everyone. Yep. Russell got yes men. No way he got men in his corner, being honest. Okay. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Ain't no women. A man is not insecure because he wants to put you in your place, because you deserve to be put in a place. When you disrespect him, when you disgrace him, you need to be put in your place. That's the first thing. If you want to wear what you want to wear all the time, to just stay single, because you're going to attract the Dusties who are only interested in how you look. And then that's the thing about it, is we're not going to look the same. Chelsea today is not going to look the same as Chelsea at 35 and 45, 55, God willing, 65 and 75. Just saying. That's why you have to make sure you get with a man who actually appreciates some of your internal characteristics and not just telling you fine, but is reading in between the lines to see that you're more than that. That you actually got some type of brains. Okay? That you got some type of brains, you bringing something to the table other than your body, because I'm telling you, tomorrow, I always talk about this, you can get in an accident tomorrow. I told the women this all the time. You can get with a man that's 6 feet, since you want a man that's 6 feet, and then he could get in an accident tomorrow, legs get amputated and all, and he turns into 3 feet. What you gonna do then, because you were so fascinated on the aesthetics, on the outside of this man, instead of realizing if he had character or not? I'm tired of women with the low self-esteem. I'm tired of women asking for the validation with the pictures. Don't you get enough validation from your man? And if you don't, get that validation from yourself. That's the problem. We always expect external validation from people, and we're never satisfied. Sierra has over 33 million subscribers, and not subscribers, talking about YouTube, but she has over 33 million followers, I guess, on Instagram, and that's still not enough. That's still not enough for her to be satisfied. And shout out to Sec Amethyst for being in the chat. I appreciate you so much. Yes, they love the aesthetics. Exactly. 6 feet, 6 figure, 6 pack. And I told y'all before, all that stuff can go away overnight, to say the least. Hopefully she will grow up. I'm wondering at what age. Sierra is 37 years old. I think at this point, like I said, I'm only 25, and I'm making sure to not try to follow the mistakes. Just because Sierra's married, people are like, oh, well, she's married. But that's not enough to say that she's actually being a wife. That's just a married woman. At this point. Okay, it's no satisfying her. That's all I'm trying to get at. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about. I'm tired of women throwing out this entertainer card. I'm an entertainer. Ma'am, give me some specificities, because I'm really confused as to what it means for you to be an entertainer in today's world. They throw out the entertainer card as a way to excuse their 304-ness. Right? For example, if she's a singer, let her be a singer. That's it. Let your talent be your talent. Think about MC Lyte, right? Think about Queen Latifah, Cicely Tyson. I always talk about Diane Carroll. I talk about the women who are considered classy. Y'all can throw some more in the chat. Women who are classy, who would not disrespect their man like that. And I also saw Proverbs 17:11 in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Entertainer means you entertain in the streets. You are Cedric the Entertainer. You're entertaining any and everybody who comes your way. Yeah, Patti LaBelle. Yep, Patty with the flying wings. Aretha. Hello. That's a good point. There's so many people that we could talk about as it relates to entertainers. singers. Like Aretha was known for her singing and maybe her cooking as well, but she wasn't known for being out here in these streets. Shout out to Patti LaBelle. Exactly. Gladys. Yep. On the Midnight Train in Georgia. Yes, you giving some good examples tonight. And shout out to Let It Make Sense podcast. Shout out to my bro, Coach Harry Wilmington, over there teaching the guys how to be successful in dating. He said the entertainer card is bull. Plenty of women got money in Hollywood without having to show that you know. Let me read that right. Plenty of women got money in Hollywood without having to show that you know what. Oh, I got you now. Yep. I got you all the way. So many women that you know who didn't have to show off their body, be sold. They had their body sold for what? Fame. Angela Bassett. Now, that's always a lady I like to mention because that's a classy woman. Shout out to Angela Bassett, for real. She's known for being an actress. She's known for being a philanthropist. She's a wife. I don't know about no MC Lyte though. MC Lyte was just married. She married that divorce, but we know Queen Latifah, yeah. But MC Lyte, I don't know. Felicia Rashad is another one. Debbie Allen, who is her sister. There's so many different examples of women. Mahalia Jackson, that's so funny because we talked about that before. But Mahalia Jackson, definitely another woman. Just too many different examples. Even her. Her is a singer, H-E-R. Her is a singer who hasn't shown off her body like that. Shout out to her for that. Yep. Rhapsody, yep. Yep. There's so many different examples. Yep. Oh yeah, Quinta Brunson, Abbott Elementary, yep. All the way dressed up. Exactly. We have so many examples. They're known for who they are. Lettucey, as another lady who always classy. Lettucey, Layla Hathaway. The list goes on. Shout out to the black women who know that they have a talent and they don't have to show off everything else to display their talent. Because you're attracting that wrong type of attention. Somebody could be called fine and all that being fully dressed. I'm just saying. So if you're a singer, go ahead and sing. If you're an actress, go ahead and do that. You can be in the entertainment industry, but you're sounding like you're more so an OnlyFans entertainer when you decide to put on clothes like that. The next thing I'm tired of is women passing the good guys for the hood guys. There are so many women out here that regret passing up these good guys and they later become successful, right? They become the Barack Obamas of the world. They become, right? Yep. Halle Berry. I saw her on the red carpet again. Holly's still doing her thing. Halle Berry. You know that song by Hurricane Chris, y'all. Halle Berry. That was a song. Jill Scott. Yep, Jill Scott is classy. Everybody loves Jill Scott because of her smile, right? She has a smile that can shine this whole room, that can brighten up this whole room. And we love Jill. Jill is so soft-spoken and all that. That, you know, that's just who Jill is. Lady of Rage. I rock ruffs and stuff with my Afro puffs. We all love Beyonce. Why does she get a pass? See, I think Beyonce, when she goes to public events, I don't usually see her dressed like that. I see her more so dressed like that when she does performances and whatnot. So I will say, even Beyonce, she's a mother, she's a wife. Yeah, I just never seen her really dressed out like that when she's going to public events like Oscars, any of those awards like that. I haven't seen her, but I do see her dressed up like on that horse with basically nothing on. So that's an example, and she isn't immune as well. The shade, nah, but for real, hey. Access denied. Yes. When it comes to women passing up the good guys for the hood guys, I think women, our standards are so low at first. That's the problem. As we grow, I think our standards increase as well. We actually are increasing our standards, but then at that point in time, it's too late. It's too late because I think our standards should have been where they were from the beginning when we actually fit those standards. I'm not coming in asking for a man to make $100K if I'm not making $100K. Because I'm not going to come in with 2 babies later saying, I need you to make $100K because I got my 2 babies I need you to take care of. No. At that point, it's too late. Why can't we do things right? And even if you came from a single parent household, that don't mean a single parent household has to come from you. You can do better than your situations instead of blaming them. I know people who have come from single parent households, but they created 2 parent households. And they created a legacy, but I don't know what we want. And the music, stop listening to the music. Stop listening to the music. I don't listen to no City Girls. I'm not listening to a lot of these different artists. I don't listen to Cardi B, and I'm not listening to Sierra talking about what the lyrics say again. This is for the girls that don't need no man. This is for the girls who in love with themselves. I need a man. Hello. Chelsea over here needs a man. You know why? Because I can't do this thing by myself. Okay? Hello, I'm not going to depend on the sperm donor bank to help me create a baby. I'm not going to do that. Because that's the craziest thing women will do. I don't understand that. Some women will go to the sperm bank donors, right? Well, the sperm donor banks, whatever they call it, because I ain't going to be bothered with it. But they go to these sperm banks and they pick a man in which they feel like they should have, insert in them so they can have a child, right? You know how that whole process goes. It's crazy to think that a woman, the donor they would go to, oh yeah, hello, the brat. If you know, let me get into the brat real quick because it just don't make no sense. If you can't have a baby with the person that you with naturally, then that means, and if you, obviously, if you can't have babies because of something going on in your body, then you can adopt. But in the case where you bringing your child into a world, you got 2 women raising a child, or you got 2 men raising a child, that is not how that thing was designed to be. It was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Okay? It was nothing like that. And it's just so confusing when the brat is pregnant right now by a man that y'all don't even know. Y'all had this process done to be able to have this baby inserted in you. Yes, okay, because I was about to read the second comment first. She said, those are the sexiest words a woman can say. I need a man. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I do need a man. A man. Well, matter of fact, not any man. My man. That's who I need in this world because I'm not going to be claiming I can do this thing by myself. It's so difficult trying to do all that. It's sad. 48 years old. The brat has got that going on. A shout out to Susie Q for being here. You said, it's not that you need to make 100K. You just need to be worth 100K. Okay? Woo. Because you can make 100K and have a net worth of 0 because you're spending all of that 100K. That's a great point. The net worth, right? Making sure that you spend less than you have. That's so important. So that's a good point. That's why everybody was so focused on how much a man makes. That's a good point. But how much does he keep? How much does that man keep? That's a good point. But that's a totally different, thing to talk about. Shout out to Detroit. My guy Detroit for being in the building. Detroit represents. Thank you so much for being here. Yep, Janet Jackson, even though she had that whole Super Bowl thing, that was not her fault. Nonetheless, Janet is a mother now. She's doing her thing, and that's just what it is. But again, we bring up Ciara only because we all know who Ciara is, right? I can't talk about, let's see, I'm gonna give a name. I can't talk about Brianna down the street because y'all don't know Brianna. But we all know Ciara, so we talk about her because she's a common talking point. It's not to bully Ciara or anything like that. You say I'm priceless, real talk. That's bars, claim it. Claim it. But the reason we talk about Ciara is because everybody knows who she is. It's not because we're trying to bully her, all that. But I just say she's living different lifestyles. She's over here praising them at church. She's praising them at church or, at the maximum security prison. That's what she's doing on Sunday. But she's at the Oscar party bending it over on Monday. Right? It's given, I don't know who I want to be. It's given, I don't know my identity. Yes, and I'm just sick of these women talking about how men are hating on Russell. It's not even about that anymore. I understand. And I've come far from my talking points. I used to think that men were hating on Russell only because he was with Ciara, but now I know it's because y'all won't want y'all woman doing that and y'all trying to save Russell from the simp culture. Y'all trying to save Russell, but he thinks that everything's going to work out and that he's being represented well. I don't know. But I'm going to read some of these comments on Instagram, on Ciara's page. I'll go on her page and see what's going on. We can kind of take a look to see what her profile is giving. Because I always tell people, you can judge a person by their social media. Everybody needs to know that a social media is a person's resume. So let's see what it's given. Is it given wife or what is it given? And let me share my screen for that. All right. And let me click over here. Yeah, I'm going to give y'all what's going on Ciara's page as I'm logged in here. Ciara's page, she said entertainer. That's the first thing you see. That's why I told you about this entertainer card that people are so quick to throw out. I'm an entertainer. Who are you entertaining? Who is your target audience? Is it the OnlyFans folks or what? But let me continue. Okay, entertainer, Beauty Marks Entertainment CEO. I don't even know what this is about. Okay, guess she got an album coming out or something coming out on March 24th. I don't know. She got Family First here, and then etc. Okay, here's one picture. 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago. And people talking about Sierra said, who gonna check me, boo? Stop supporting this woman. Y'all are single. She is married. Y'all can't do what she do. Stop trying to think y'all can do what she does. Like, y'all can't do what... People said the definition of I do what I want and they do what they can. Oh my goodness. What are you promoting, Sierra? Are you... Shout out to Persevere Data TV. I appreciate you so much for being here. You said that Sierra's prayer is aging like wet bread. Y'all said, what the? This is a whole mess. Yes, and shout out to the new subscribers. I got to give y'all love because y'all are doing the thing. I appreciate y'all for running these numbers up, showing love tonight because, ooh, thank you. It's just hard to find real people who support you. I tell you, it'd be the strangers. Let me go on this main screen. It'd be the strangers who support you more than your own family. Y'all know how I go. So I just appreciate y'all. Y'all become my virtual family. Some of y'all I have met in person. For those who are in the D, I have met some of y'all. I'm hoping to meet more of y'all in person, of course, for the ones I do know, because it's about building that community. That's what it is. It's peaceful over here. I hope y'all realize that. We're not about the drama. We just tell it like it is. Let's go back to what Sierra talking about, because she don't have to say a word. It's given. You know, I'm trying to live my best life and I'm not claiming my man. That's what it's given. They said it's cool when they do it. It's a problem with C doing it. No, it's not cool when they do it because what? They can Russ fight. I said that's right in their face. I don't know how all these people be supporting her. At least get paid to do it. If y'all gonna support Sierra, act, you know, she don't even know who y'all are. First thing. Second thing is that at least get paid to promote her if y'all gonna do this. Continue. Let them say something now. I see you, girl. Give them something to talk about. You look amazing. The I don't give a F. Sierra has stepped into the chat and I'm here for it. Better act like they know. It's going to be a lot of single women that's going to be crying all because they thought they could do what Sierra doing. They following Sierra's recipe and it's going to be a setup when they figure out that ain't no man signing up for that agenda. I'm telling you. Shout out to AL for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let me continue. Okay, let me just... Girl. I see some of the folks I know liking this stuff. It's just like, Funny how people always mention God when God created us naked and unashamed. Lady, see, this is what I'm saying. Y'all be fumbling God's word. It's just not even funny at this point. The half of y'all talking about she's married, she got kids, nay, and all the other shade y'all throwing can't even fit in this. Okay, no, I'm not trying to fit in this. Shout out to G My Joe for being here. I really appreciate you. I'm not trying to fit in this. I'm not trying to do what Sierra's doing. I want to be a wife, but I want to be a wife like, for example, again, Mona in the chat, G My Joe. We got Christina, who's a wife, in the chat. And if anybody else I haven't mentioned yet, you wife in the chat, shout out to you. But I'm trying to do this the right way. Mona said, like, we don't have to do all this to be out here. You don't have to do all this. Like, you don't have to be for the streets and then to be recognized. It's just ridiculous. I'm just frustrated looking at this thing. I can't. And then you want to post your son up here and then, you know, good for you, you know, pictures here. Let's see what it's given. I'm just going to look at the rest to see what's going on here. Okay. Just saying, some stuff you just got to, you don't have to post everything. You don't have to post. And she's making thousands from these posts. She's making thousands from these posts. And just good luck, Sierra. Good luck with this. We're gonna follow and see what happens. Like I said, I don't follow her. I don't keep up with all that. I just saw people posting it on social media about her. You know, like even this. What? Are you literally like, girl? Somebody said new baby loading. We'll see. Girl, you got a real man as a husband. You putting out future vibes. Thank you for this comment. Let's say, what is it? At some point, think about your husband and his career since it's paying for yours. Ooh, Russ is winning. And that's the thing. They look at her body and don't realize that it's given. Good luck. Wow. Okay, Sierra. You posted family first. And this is a great picture of y'all. Beautiful picture of the family. I'm not hating on nobody, nothing like that. I'm not. I'm just saying. Shout out to Susie Q. Susie Q said, wife and mama 4. I shut my socials down years ago. That's the question I have for women who are single. Would you shut your social media down if your man asked you to? In other words, your husband said, hey, let's not do this social media thing because I think that you're maybe seeking validation on it and I want you to focus on our relationship. Would you say yes to that? I would in a heartbeat. I already told y'all, Facebook, deactivated. Instagram can get deactivated. I'll just keep my Chelsea Live line. That's my business page. But I have no problem getting rid of social media because I'm not trying to impress nobody. When I have my man, there's no need to seek that. I'm not trying to seek that. I don't need no men in my DMs distracting me. For example, let's say I get in an argument with my man, then all of a sudden this guy pops out of nowhere in my DMs. I don't want that distraction because I don't want to mess up anything I have going. I've worked hard to build it and I want to work hard to keep it. That's just my motto, and I hope women think the same out here. That just because a man is in your DMs and he gonna ruin what you already have that's considered happy, but you want to compare it to that because that grass is greener to you. It may be greener, but sometimes it's fake. And it could be just the devil trying to reel you in and ruin what you have because he sees you happy. Don't settle for it. Oh, yeah. She's showing her hairdo. Detroit family in the building. And let me see what Chavis said. For those folks who support this mess, would they want their dads, sons, nephews, uncles, and male cousins marrying women like Sierra and Meg? That's a good question because if you take away the status, if Sierra wasn't famous or whatnot, they would call her a 304. But they're always bagging her up because they don't want to be canceled by anybody because they feel like celebrities are gods. They feel like celebrities are God. They're idolizing her and they don't want to call her out because they think she's greater than God. Y'all won't even support God this tough, but y'all will support her. Turf grass, exactly. All fake. She got to save herself first. Lead a horse to the water, but can't make it drink. Hey, I want to be saved. But yes, look, I want to be saved, and that's why he came in to save her. And I think Russell, again, the first wife that Russell had, I believe, had cheated on him with some of the teammates he had. So he left her alone and went on to Sierra. And what's the equivalent of Sierra wearing this in front of you? You shouldn't be mad when she sends that picture to another man in the DM. Because it's given, she's doing that in front of your face. If you're allowing her to do it in front of your face, you're definitely okay with her doing it behind your back, Russell. And I'm going to just pray for y'all at the end of the day. Look, this is what Bria says. I think the only disconnect I'm having is one, was a themed Barely There event. And two, y'all know they're worldly anyway, so I don't know. Barely There. It was a Barely There event. That's what the theme was. I just know that there's women out here that were dressed appropriately for once, which is enough for me to let her know, enough for her to let me know, or them to let me know that Sierra didn't have to do that. She didn't have to wear that. No, I'm not going to condone that. I'm not going to support that. I don't care what it's called. It's called I have dignity. I don't care what the theme is. I'm following God's theme. I'm following my theme. And I'm following my husband's theme as to how I'm supposed to dress 24/7. This is not no light switch type of thing. It's not no on and off. It's either I'm going to be modest or I'm not. I can wear this to him. I can wear this for him when we at home, sure. But I'm not going to wear this for him when we at an award show. We at Oscars. They're all about the money. That's just what it is. But I just wanted to see what y'all had to say about y'all homegirl Sierra. I do not think that men should sign up to save women whose mindset is not of what you desire in a wife. And you have to really vet people. You have to vet people out in this world. We see a woman, y'all may see a woman that looks good and say, okay, she's changed, but she's so, she has this history, she has this past, but I'm going to ignore it because I'm really interested in her because she looks good. And don't let the looks fool you. She may be, you may have the curves like an S, but she may be a snake. And you don't want to be set up for that because you get married to this woman, she files for divorce, and then she takes all your money. We just have work to do, women. We do. She said, ultimately, people are making a choice to live wickedly. We can call out sin, but she's in the world. But not from what it looks like here. Over here, talking about how good God has been and jumping up and down and faking it till she making it. Her husband was there with her, so he's just as stupid. That's my thoughts. Yeah, right. Like I called her out, but definitely it's the husband. It's him. He's supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to be the leader. He's not leading her nowhere. He'll lead his football team better than he will lead his wife. My final thoughts is that, like Theo said, He's weak. That's the end of it. He's weak. He don't know better. He thinks he has a prize. Sierra, I just wish you would represent us better, us women better, and you're not really doing that. I'm gonna read the poll for the last couple seconds to see what y'all have to say, but I just appreciate y'all for being here so much, whether it's your first time. Matter of fact, drop into the chat what city are y'all repping. Let me know what city y'all repping in the chat, because I know we have people coming in from different areas. We got some Detroit people in the chat. I saw Baltimore, but let me know where y'all coming from while we wrap up tonight's episode. All right. And the poll looks like 9% say that men should not save these used women. 57% say no. Let me say that again. 9% say yes, men should save used women. 57% say no. 34% say depends. And I'm gonna end the poll on that note. Let's see where we got people tuning in from. Yeah, shout out to Coach Harry. He said almost at 1,000 subscribers. Let's get it, y'all. We can do it. I appreciate y'all for being here. Let's get this location checked in. Susie Q from Houston. All right, H-Town. Chi-Town in the building. All right. Detroit, you already know. Repping that 313. Yes. Duluth, Minnesota. Okay, shout out to you. That's Cincinnati. All right, Cincy, Nasty Natty in the building. Baltimore, you from the future. If you don't give me a location. North Texas in the building. I-94, neighbor Chi-Town. All right, DMV, Louisiana, pull up. All right, Bowie. Okay, Maryland, yes. My next live is going to be next Wednesday, y'all. So I hope that y'all enjoy what y'all heard tonight. We saw what Sierra had to offer. I'm so confused as a single woman, thinking that it's okay for a woman to dress like this. That's why I just don't understand how Sierra as a married woman could think that it's acceptable. It's given, I want Bow Wow and Future and all my exes to see that I still got that banging body that they once upon a time hit. It's it. It's so sad. Yeah, Spring Hill, Louisiana, but I live in St. Louis. Shout out to you. You said you need me on your show? Okay, bet. Well, hit me up. I'm going to put my, in the chat, my email, if I can spell tonight. Any collabs, definitely hit me up. Chelsea's Liveline at gmail.com so we can have a convo. I'll be back next week. And also, I want to tell y'all to put in the chat. Mona, put your channel in the chat because Mona got some fire content, y'all, for women who want to be wives, for men who want to know what wives look like. Check out Mona. We have Theo, put your channel in the chat. Want to show y'all love. So subscribe to everybody in the chat if y'all haven't already. Because even Christina has a great channel, The Winning Walk with Christina, where she goes on walks. She talks about godly things that matter to us all. But I appreciate y'all. Definitely. Thank you so much, Kia. This is a great conversation, Chelsea. See you next time. Thank you. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you haven't already. And you know, Theo, he gonna come on here at one point in time too. We're gonna have a discussion. Definitely. I think we're gonna have a 313 panel. Maybe all of us can come up here and talk real quick. We are the future. We are the future. Shout out to Chavis. Yep. And Team Peterson said Ann Arbor, Michigan. Okay, Team Peterson. All right. Shout out to you. Detroit, Ann Arbor, Michigan. As long as you repping 313 or 586-734. I appreciate you so much. All right, y'all. Put Mona's stuff. I'm going to just wait for y'all to put the links in the chat. But I appreciate y'all so much. Mona just put hers in the chat. Make sure y'all subscribe to her. Shout out to all y'all for being here. I appreciate the love as always. And God willing, I will see y'all next week for another episode of Chelsea's Live Line. Until next time, don't save her.